We good? Okay, so we're going to start. All right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Kiza Hussein, who will be your host for today.
You.
I'll introduce to our listeners and followers that today we have a very special guest for our podcast here at AGLF or African Food System Forum. And this guest is none other than Mr. Amath Pathe San, whom you'll get to know from his own stories that, he'll tell you based on his professional but also personal, experiences in different areas and different professions. I'm interested to know his personal story, but also how he has really engaged the youth in different ways, not only in opportunities, availing opportunities for youth policy influencing youth policy in different institutions, and also coming up with resources that can really help youth in developing, in being part of the global development, but most importantly, Africa's development in a perspective of food and agriculture. So please tell us to our audience, who are you? Why am I so excited about you?
Thank you. I think I'm first of all an African from Senegal. So I did not start by saying I'm from Senegalese. I say I'm African from Senegal. So this is one of a land where you just start your journey. But at the end of the day, you identify yourself, from the values and also, a land, the people, which you believe you're part of. On top of that, also, I'm part of this great world, which is we call humanity. And the human being and humanity, the best we can do is to bring the best from your corner and share. And I think Africa has a lot to share, particularly when it comes to the best we have, and that best always comes from young people. They're the best expressing who you are. They're the best also expressing what we want and what that land is. So I feel it. It's in me. Africa was born in me. And
Well, even see your dress code definitely represent Africa, not like us who are putting all these Chinese or I don't know whoever.
Yeah. So I do put, Western clothes, but I do believe, what I put today is also the work of young Africans. Tailor from my country. Some of them have migrated, went to Italy, and see there how also people are putting those nice suits. Some of them have even been recruited into those factories. Some of them decided to go back home with now the knowledge they have learned. And they see that the opportunity they were looking for was not there. They came back home. They reopened their business. The fabric, although coming from a quality perspective in those countries, but that fabric and was produced from cotton by most of these farmers from Mali, from Burkina Faso, from Senegal, and they've been working hard. And today, if you buy a certain number of, design or clothes from those local people, those young people who are trying to make it, but modern, and you support them, even if it costs as a suit in a supermarket, you are supporting an entire value chain. It's not only that guy, but you are making his business work. We are making also local farmers who are working along this value chain, the one who are bringing it into the city works. So that's why also I'm promoting them, not only to promote, but I like it because when you go to Japan, you go to China, you can see how they dress. It's part of their culture. And culture defines also who you are. It's food. It's also the way you speak. It's what you wear, the way you think. And I think there is nothing wrong about it. It's in fact the richness of our world. And that richness of our world, when we have young people who are innovating, coming with that innovation from a design, style, fashion, we need to support them.
That's very interesting. I know that it's good that you're doing that, not necessarily that it's a must, but it's a choice. It's a choice you take, as a leader, but also as a person who wants to see these young people really be supported and thrive in what they do. So keenly, I'm interested in this space we're in now. We are the African Food System Forum, and we've had a lot of conversation through different plenaries and sessions, which you've been championing. You being the CEO of African Food System Forum. I'm keenly interested in how youth have been pressed, have been positioned in these, spaces. Have they just been pressed there to speak from a script, or they are just organically part of the system and you're trying to do something unique contrary to other sessions or other forums that we go to?
It's a very good question. In fact, the people who are here, it's a community. It's a community of it's different pieces. It's an ecosystem. And when you look at it from a biodiversity perspective, the nature, if an ecosystem is there, there are many components of the ecosystem. One missing, the other one will not work, or the ecosystem won't be performing. So it's as simple as that. If you want to make food system transformation, we need to bring that ecosystem together and look at which one is missing. For instance, food. Every single day when we are hungry, we are looking at a decent food which has a certain number of things on it, whether it is rice, vegetables, meat, fish, etc. But you are happy to have it. That food, before it gets to your table, it has traveled miles. It has moved from one space to another one. It has discussed with many actors to get there. Many other actors came in to just make sure that when you get it under your table, it is perfect. So that ecosystem, they were here this week. So we are not talking just about agriculture, because agriculture is the production. But we were talking about trade, talking about also nutrition, because excess of food is not good, lack of food is not good. We were talking about also gender, because there are so many young people, brave mothers, sisters on the ground doing harvesting, cleaning, processing for us to get the food right. And so those topics, plus the young people who are looking for jobs and that can get opportunities, were here. So when you bring policymakers, you bring businesses, you bring those who have project owners through deal rooms, you bring research, you bring innovators. So when they come together and speak together, they will understand each other. So the Africa Food System Forum goes beyond just agric, and now bring all that ecosystem to work together and make sure that food system transformation can happen quickly with all those partners, and everybody bring his small bricks to the bigger foundation, which is food security and sovereignty and job creation.
That's great. That's really good. So I want to refer you to the statement of President Ruto. Yesterday he said the next billionaires in the next 30, 50 years will be people who are involved in agriculture. And as you may know, I'm still a youth. I'm still within the African Charter, which defines the youth as someone below 35. So technically I am. But I think I still also need to do much in order to take a role in agriculture. But away from me, maybe I'm still doing service to, in other areas where we need to involve youth as well. But there are so many youth are running away from Africa, and specifically in Central Africa. You see people crossing the sea, drowning, trying to go to Europe to find hope, find a better future per se, if you may think, may follow what they say. What can we do better to keep our youth here and provide that kind of space where they feel this is heaven for them? They are involved in production, they have access to wealth, and they can live here peacefully without thinking of running away and losing their life.
Yeah, no, I think the concept of moving, wherever you live, is a right for human being. It's good to move to learn. It's good to move also to explore our world and the best of all communities and civilization. However, where you are coming from, if you open your eyes, opportunities are already there. And opportunities are just there, in front of your door. So now what is missing and why these people are running away is just because they don't see that opportunity. In Africa today, you see many people who are coming and investing. And later on, they say, after 1 year, this guy has become a successful businessman. Our continent. When the person was coming, he was struggling or looking for opportunity or registering to become a company. A year later, he's making money and hiring you, you as a young person. And he was also as a young person who come with little capital. Now, the difference is when those guys who are coming, they're coming with investment. They're coming also with the knowledge that there are opportunities. They're coming with the support that is needed. And this is what is lacking for our young people. And they're trying to find an El Dorado and hope somewhere else. Now, what can we do to change that? Number one is we need to make sure that all these young people who are dreaming for El Dorado, the dream is here. Agriculture can, because there is no human being who can stay 2, 3, 4 days without eating. It's a biological need. You need to eat. To eat, it's come from somewhere. It has to be produced, has to be, managed until the food gets there. So if you are not feeding those people, then it's a problem. If you are in, you have an opportunity and a business, but you have to get the idea right. Money will follow. Coming to second is the money. Most of our young people and women, they struggle to access to finance. So even if you have a nice idea, they're still perceived as risky. There is no collateral, there is no, grant or support, and they're holding back with their great idea. They can't go anywhere. Whereas someone else in other contexts will get easy access to finance with very cheap condition in terms of interest rate, but also in terms of maturity, the period of grass, etc. So these factors need to be removed for those who are very vulnerable. The one who can compete with the market. Those who are not yet in the market, government have a responsibility to support them. International organizations have the responsibility to support them, because if not, they will be the one coming to Europe, creating another problem. So the security, safety of our world, stability of our countries depend on how we deal with those who are there. They are not yet into the market. They want to be in the market. They want to have also a decent life, which is a right, and there is a responsibility of those governments to provide them the knowledge, to provide them the resources. But third, it's also their responsibility of themselves to think differently. Differently is you should not wait anything from anyone. Start first. It's very easy for institution to come and support you when you're already on your way. But it's very difficult to come and do assistana. Assistana has never changed the world. So you need first to change and show your direction. It's easy for the others to come and support. I will then end by saying that fourth is really partnership. So for those who have the capacity, the resources, the knowledge, you should come as one around those, young people to support them. So at least hope became a reality. And it's not really a long process. We have seen already many who went outside, come back, make it. They have never left the country, but they were able to make it. So this is, I think, my call for all young Africans, that the El Dorado is here in Africa, you can make it here, can make it through agriculture. Agriculture should not be seen as a miserable type of employer, and then but it has to be a modern, sexy, cool business.
Sexy, cool business for youth to be in agriculture. That is the better way to end it. I thank you so much for your views. I hope all the Africans, wherever you are, be it in Europe or in Africa, and if you're thinking of leaving Africa to go to Europe, please, there is an opportunity for you in Africa. And that is what AGRF is providing you, not only the market, but also connections and even funds. You just need to approach check, follow us with AGRF on Twitter, on Instagram, but on the website, you'll find many initiatives which we are planning, which Amath is leading and spearheading in different countries. And hopefully we get to, if you could also interact with us, maybe have a chance to come to Rwanda and understand that Rwanda will be our next destination. So thank you so much, Mr. Pathé, and well done on the views. Now let's walk the talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.